The fallout from the release of new emails from the Epstein estate continues, and now a Supreme Court justice has found himself embroiled in this mess. Strap in, beautiful viewers. We're going for a thrill ride. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. As you probably know, earlier this week, the House Oversight Committee released a trove of emails and other messages provided by the estate of notorious sex trafficker and Donald Trump bestie, Jeffrey Epstein. The information contained within them both contradicted earlier claims by Trump about his friendship with Epstein, as well as offered some incriminating new information. Here's a brief rundown.
Damning Epstein emails. It's evidence that is clearly rocking the Trump White House. And now, congressional Democrats who first released the handful of Epstein emails that implicated Trump are finding that what they're doing with facts is working. Remember, this was a development where the Democrats used those emails to bring facts to what had at times felt like a Trump propaganda fight. But the emails, the facts, starting yesterday morning, upended everything. Those damning emails driving headlines and outrage across the nation. Trump being alleged by Epstein to have known about the girls. Of course he knew about the girls, he was told. Some Trump voters, people around the world, all reacting to this. Epstein and his now convicted conspirator Maxwell discussed in 2011 how Trump spent, quote, hours with a victim at Epstein's house. And so those first emails, if you're following this story, swiftly led to thousands more. And the only reason there were thousands of other documents, emails, material sitting around Congress was that Republicans had it and had been holding it all back.
And it gets even more outrageous, so stick around. Before we get to this breaking story, however, we need a bit of background. One of Donald Trump's lasting legacies in this country, or one of his scars, if you prefer, is his appointments to the Supreme Court. Among them, the controversial appointment of Brett Kavanaugh, a proud booze hound accused of attempted assault. Here's a refresher.
I felt that I couldn't not do it.
Dr. Christine Blasey Ford testifying that as a teenager, a drunken Brett Kavanaugh pinned her to the bed, attempted removing her clothes, and covered her mouth as she tried to scream.
This is what terrified me the most and has had the most lasting impact on my life. It was hard for me to breathe, and I thought that Brett was accidentally going to kill me.
An outside prosecutor pressed Ford on details of her accusations, but for Kavanaugh...
This has destroyed my family and my good name.
For Kavanaugh, it was senators who did the questioning.
This is not a job interview.
Yeah.
This is hell.
Apologies for any icky memories that clip brings up. And if you're mad now revisiting the Kavanaugh hearings, you might want to lock up all the dishes in your china hutch. It does get worse. Newly released emails from the Epstein estate have raised the specter of Kavanaugh's hearings and the accusations against him once more. As it turns out, Jeffrey Epstein played a pivotal role in the White House campaign against Dr. Christine Blasey Ford and in getting Brett Kavanaugh appointed to the High Court. The New Republic now reports that amid the Epstein email trove, members of Congress have also uncovered text messages from Epstein to Steve Bannon, an advisor to Donald Trump. You'll recall that Bannon served as chief of staff in the first Trump term before getting canned a few months into his tenure. That doesn't mean he stopped advising Trump, however, nor does it mean he severed all ties with the White House. These new messages reveal that Epstein told Bannon to disseminate information about a medication that Blasey Ford took that could have impeded her memory. It breaks down like this. And lest you question the authenticity of this conversation, the House Oversight Committee has released it. See, Epstein told Bannon to inform the senators questioning Kavanaugh, as well as White House officials, to raise the specter of Blasey Ford's medication, suggesting that it could cause memory loss or false memories. The idea was to undermine her credibility, suggest she was confused about her attacker, and that Kavanaugh was an innocent man wrongfully targeted by an unhinged woman. And, though it pains me to say, it worked. Kavanaugh was confirmed to the High Court. These new text messages also further implicate Steve Bannon in his interactions with Jeffrey Epstein. What did he know and when did he know it? And more importantly, did Bannon engage with any of Epstein's victims? Was he party to Epstein's crimes? Thus, the plot thickens, as they say. Count on us here at Occupy Democrats to keep you up to date on this story as it continues to develop. Remember to subscribe to our channel for all breaking news. I'm David Reddish.